Hi, everyone. My name is Mr.Fruit, and welcome back to the GG Over Easy podcast. In today's episode, your boy yaps, Blue yaps, Rob yaps, we all yap. Well, I start out with the yapping, the movies, TV shows, no spoilers, of course. The state of the world, some Q&A, other
And everything
things.
in between.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why you guys make me. I can't remember anything, man. I mean, like, yeah, what do you guys want from this? I mean, you're either gonna watch or you're not. Okay,
Yep.
what could we say that would make you instantly click off? Well, if you were Blue, it'd say sports, and Blue's like, all right, I'm out. What do people not like to hear me yap about? I don't know, my latest poop. I don't talk about
Yeah.
that, but
And
I
then
like
sure
books for me.
I like hearing about your poops.
I did have a crazy one the other day. It was another
All
one where
right.
it's like all one. Yeah, the point is super long, unbroken. It was crazy. I don't know how that thing came out of me. With that said, enjoy this episode.
This episode of the GG Over Easy podcast is brought to you by BetterHelp. Everybody wants their 2025 story to be the best story they've ever written. There's 365 blank pages waiting to be filled. Life isn't always about resolutions that fade by February. It's about picking up the pen and becoming the author of your own life. Think of therapy as your editorial partner, helping you write new chapters and creating meaningful stories of where you deserve to be in life. My time with BetterHelp, they were nothing but professional. They listened to me. My therapist was attentive and was always there on time and made me feel very listened and heard. BetterHelp is fully online, making therapy affordable, convenient, and serving over 5 million people worldwide. Access a diverse network of more than 30,000 credentialed therapists with a wide range of specialties. Easily switch therapists at no extra cost. Write your story with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/GG today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/GG.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the GG Over Easy podcast. And yes, I woke up like this. In fact, well, not quite.
God,
I
same.
gotta tell you, I woke up, I was going Super Saiyan. My hair was wilding because last night I had to sit in the shower right before I went to bed.
And you put your
Wasn't
ass in the
feeling good.
shower and you farted?
No, not that time, unfortunately. I wasn't feeling well up to it. But so I went to bed with like wet hair, and you know when you wake up, you know what I'm saying? That's how that felt. Yeah, even my brother was like, "What the fuck?" So I just took water and flatted that sucker down. But I tell you what, last 2-3 nights, I've just been dying.
Why is that?
I don't know. I gotta make a doctor's appointment. I don't know if it's my hypothyroidism or something, but almost around like on the dot, around like 8-ish at night, start getting really fast heart rate. I get really dizzy and lightheaded. I'm about to like faint. I get like, it was kind of like almost cold. Like my extremities just get a little tingly. I gotta like lie down, and that doesn't really help. I don't know why it's happening. So we're trying to figure that out, but it's driving me insane. Because Friday I went to go see Flight Risk, the new movie with Mark Wahlberg, and it hit me there. It was like 8 something, and I'm in the theater, lying in my chair, and I'm like, I think I'm gonna die in this chair. I think I'm gonna die in the theater. I think I'm just gonna pass out, and I hope somebody wakes me up. And I drove there myself. It was like a 20-minute drive. I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it home. Luckily, I did. That was a whole endeavor, but I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? So I don't know. And
That is so weird.
long story short, yeah, that's why my hair is all not done.
I have to say, I do like the not done hair look.
I like it too.
I think it looks nice. There's something you can have nice looking hair that is still got a little messy look. You know what I mean? Like that's. But that being said,
it wasn't purposely messy.
That being said, I was gonna say this is a nice new haircut for you, Fruit, and then I realized, oh, he hates it.
I don't hate it. It's just not done up.
I was gonna say, do you have cravings for like food during this time when you're like feel like you're about
it's
to pass
not
out?
like, yeah, it's not like, you know, like a insulin sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, we think the problem might be it's food that's causing it.
Ooh,
Yeah.
allergic reaction.
Not an allergic reaction, but it's something about like hypothyroidism, and apparently like part of it might be any kind of sugar after like into the afternoon, I guess. Too much, because I guess you're more prone to extreme crashes with hypothyroidism. So I'm trying to look it up if it's like some of that stuff or what exactly is happening, but
Spooky.
freaking yeah, it just sucks. And then it hits, and then I'm just literally I lay there and just do breathing exercise for like 3-4 hours until I can fall asleep. Um, so yeah, hopefully I figure that out. I'll be going to the doctor one way or another. It's driving me a little crazy, but aside from that, I'm all right. I got a book. Look at me.
Oh,
I'm
book
reading.
Mr. Fruit's book club.
Wow.
Well, if that's the case, this is recommended to me by like every subscriber. So they're probably like, no, we've already read that one because that's why we recommended it. So it would be a one-man book club. But I'm debating. So I haven't started reading it yet. I just got it. And for those curious audio listeners, it's Red Rising. Apparently, there's a trilogy, and then it goes beyond that. Something like freaking Red Rising, Golden Sun, Morning Star, and then Iron Gold, Dark Age. I have no idea. But yeah, I got a book. But what I think I'm gonna try is because I remember people talking about this as sort of like a life hack of like how to make sure you stay engaged. Because I don't know about you guys, I'm a reader who I will sit here and read a page and then go, "What did I just read?
I
Wait,
mean,
I
yeah.
didn't." And then I'll go back, and then I just lose myself, and suddenly, like, I'm reading, but I'm not paying attention. And then I'm like, wait, what was that paragraph? And then I'll read the paragraph again. I'm like, I still didn't. And then it's like, I'll catch myself. I go 8 pages, and then I'm like, wait, what? What happened last page? I just keep going back. Like, my mind just wanders. So I've heard like a little life hack is to get the audiobook and read along as you listen to the audiobook.
That's a good life hack.
Yeah, so that you have like both going on. So then it's a lot harder to let your mind wander. So I'm gonna get like the audiobook and at least try it with this one. I'm just worried. Right now it's can Mr. Fruit get himself into enjoying reading? Which is why people are like, oh, I've got this book for you. Oh, after that one did this. And I'm like, whoa, hold on. I gotta read a book first. Okay. Like, I'm not jumping the gun here. Let me get one done and then we'll see.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get myself to enjoy it and get it done with. So I'm hoping that gets me going, but then I'm also worried that then I'll be unable to read if I do that. Like if I don't have both. So I'm hopeful it doesn't become like a dopamine pairing almost where it's like, okay, well from now on, if I don't have both going, I'll be unable to read. And hopefully that's not the case. But I need to help get through these 400 pages somehow. I don't even know what it's about yet either. That's the best part. Which to be fair, same thing with Flight Risk. That movie. I hadn't even seen a trailer. I just knew it was Mark Wahlberg in an airplane and he was bald. And I was like, screw it. I like going to the movies. And Mr. Fruit's movie review, drum roll, please.
Bang, 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 bang.
Oh, okay, not all at once. Thank you. It's a 2. Can't skip.
Oh,
Yeah, it was very whelming. Maybe a little underwhelming. It's hard to give much away. Because here's the thing, it's an hour and a half movie. Literally like an hour, 30 minutes. And within the first 3 minutes, it's so in theory, I think I would have liked it. I just don't think the execution was good. Essentially, the whole movie takes place on a little charter plane. Like, like the little, I don't actually know if they're called charter planes. But like those real teeny, they're more so for like little cargo, but they almost look like the little things that like will skid on the water. And it like fits like 2 people essentially, it's like one of those planes. And there's 3 characters on the plane and they're there for like the entire 90 minutes. And that's the movie. Just don't think the execution was as good as it could have been.
So you're saying this movie could have been an email?
Kind of,
very
yeah.
much so.
But this is that's the kind of premise I like though, where it's like, okay, spend 90 minutes on a plane with just 3 people. How does this play out? And there's interesting ways they can go about that. And I just don't think they got very interesting with it. Um, but again, granted, I don't know what all could they do with what they were given, but that's also how they wrote it. So it's not like they're just like, well, we had to do this. No, you didn't. Turns out it was directed by Mel Gibson too. I didn't realize until the end credits.
He's kind of a piece of shit.
Yeah, you've done better, Mel. That's for sure. And I think he was also in the news recently for saying something stupid, but then again, who isn't? Oh, and I also saw Mufasa.
Oh,
I know you're not talking about my brother. Some of them about my brother. Some of them about my brother. Let me tell you, that song almost walked out of the theater. That pissed me off. I don't know what it was. I was just getting triggered by that song. No, you don't know about my brother. I remember seeing a little clip on Twitter because it was like, y'all aren't going to see Sonic, but you're going to go see this, and it was like a little clip of that, and I was like, oh, they must. That's like just a bad clip. Like they're just like rage baiting or engagement farming. No, that song, I really hated that song. So it came on, I'm like, I
I
see.
hate this.
I see. Now, not all of them were bad, but none of them, I don't know. Well, first off, okay. As a whole, I give it a 3. Can watch. Very okay. Nothing inherently bad. It didn't need to be made though. And it had the trite, like, I'm sick, like, we can get more creative. It starts with the classic in the future, whatever, with like Simba and his now kid or whatever, and it's like, oh, I gotta leave, Simba. I'm gonna leave you with Timon and Timba. I can't remember their names. Pamoon and Tamoon and Pumbaa. What?
Jesus
Timon and
Christ.
Pumbaa. What the fuck
There
are their
you go. You
names?
got
I
it. You
don't know.
got it.
Timon and
Okay,
Pumbaa. You
They
got
took
it.
you a little bit, but
nailed
you
it.
finally got
Yeah,
it.
freaking nailed it. And so they're there and they're like, oh, we'll tell you a story. And then Rafiki comes and it's just like the, let me tell you a story. It didn't actually have a dream like wave, but I was waiting for it. And then it keeps cutting back to them like telling the story of Mufasa. I don't know, I'm just over that. It was just, and then all it served was to go back to try to make Pomon and Toomba to to make the two
Timon and
boners.
Pumbaa.
Timon and Pumbaa. To try to have them insert humor, and it just wasn't. It was forced. It wasn't working, and it was just. And then they just throw it back. I'm sick of that. But anyway,
Throw it
the
back.
story itself. I don't know if there's a twist, but there's no way they expected it to be a twist at all. I don't know if it was. What are they doing? And I don't get the whole realism craze. I didn't get it with Lion King. I didn't get it with it would have been so much more interesting animated with expressions and stuff because you just don't get that.
Nope,
And
you don't.
I'll be honest, half the time too, I'm like, which lion is that? I can't like a lot of the females. I'm like, which one now? Like the main characters like Mufasa and Taka. It's easier because like Mufasa's more brown, Taka's more gray. So it's like, okay, I know the difference between
Oh,
those.
yeah.
But they like the more nuanced stuff where it's like,
Hmm.
now the bad guys, all right, well that's easy. They're all albino lions. So it's like, okay, the white ones, pause. And yeah, I'm like, maybe if this was like old Lion King, and then maybe some of these songs would be hitting better. But the songs were okay. And then you just lose the I don't know if they're gonna keep going with this realism, but I'm really not here for it. It would have
I've
been
never
so much
really been a
more.
big fan of it. Like, I don't know. Like you said, like you just miss the expressions and it just looks like I'm just watching a tiger talk.
Pretty much, yeah. Um so it was okay. I'm sure people really liked it, but I got through it. I sat through it, and I didn't hate it as much as I didn't hate Flight Risk, but I disliked Flight Risk. So that's catching up on Mr. Fruit movie reviews, and also Mr. Fruit is
Wait,
dying
so
every night. Oh, it
what was the score for Mufasa?
was a 3. Can watch,
Okay.
but wouldn't go. I like if you got Disney Plus, just wait or something, you know. But at this point too, it's been out. I saw it late. It's been out in theaters for like over a month now. It'll probably be exiting soon anyway. There's one movie I haven't gotten to see yet. I'm not brave enough, because I know nothing about it. I know it's getting like critical acclaim, but it's like a 3-hour, 40-minute film. And I'm gonna be honest, I would have to take a bathroom break. There's no way I'm making it with how hydrated I am. 3 hours and 4 minutes. It's called I think it's Brutalist.
Oh, I saw that like it's winning a ton of awards.
Yeah. Actually, my local. So I typically go to this theater a little bit farther for me because it's way nicer and it's way bigger and it's way cooler. But my local one, man, I went to it for Mufasa.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, they got to be counting the days, man. It's depressing, and it just makes me sad. Every time a
Just
theater closes, a part of me dies, man. But like, they're on their last legs. They gotta be
the theater you go to? It's not like
the more local one.
okay.
I'm not doxing myself, but
Okay.
yeah, but like my more local, man, I don't know if they're gonna make it very long, which sucks. But like, granted, I also get it because like I can go like a couple minutes for that one, or like double-ish the time to go to this other one, which is way cooler. So I'm gonna do that every time. I don't care. So that doesn't help. But also, yeah, I mean, the vibes at the other theater are down. You guys are
Yeah.
also worse at preparing your food. The theater
Oh
screens are also way
no.
smaller and less cool. Your theater seats are less comfortable. But like as a whole, it just kind of feels like you guys are. I feel like you want it to be over. You know?
Yeah, they're kind of just
Time, man.
accepting death. They're not even like
Yeah.
trying anymore.
And this one too is at the point where it's just the entire front is empty and there's just one sign that says like go to the concessions to scan your ticket. And there's not even anyone at the front anymore. I don't even see people. I go to the concessions and it's like, you know, like I almost gotta like ring a bell, like ding 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 ding. Like one person comes out like, hello?
Oh, come on in.
Oh, I didn't notice you were there. You're the first one for today. What do you mean? It's Friday at 7 p.m. Yeah. Exactly. So I don't know where it's. Oh, right, Brutalist. Anyway, yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna go see that.
Is that in
Just,
theaters? Like I didn't even I
mm-hmm.
saw like you can't even like see it or something like that. Or like there's no way of like currently like being able to watch it, at least
Yeah,
I
let me
thought.
see.
I thought that was like the whole thing. It's like this movie's been nominated for everything and
Yeah, I've
there's
got
really like
4 showings today. It's not in all
okay.
theaters though. Like it took me only the bigger one I go to has it.
Mm.
Some of the smaller ones don't. But yeah, it's 3 hours 35 minutes, which that's just asking a lot in terms of even for me as a person that
It's a
enjoys
lot
movies.
of commitment. A lot of commitment.
It's commitment, but also my issue is, can we have an intermission? Can you just like 5 minutes? Just give me 5 minutes to pause the movie because like I know some people don't care, but like if I have to leave and I come back, I feel like I've just even if it's been like 4 or 5 minutes, I'm like, I don't know what's happening anymore. Like knowing my luck, it's gonna be at some pivotal moment. I'm gonna come back. It's gonna be like you missing math class one day. I'm gonna come back. I'm like, why are we talking about cosine and tangents? What happened? We were talking about 2 plus 2 yesterday.
That's real.
And I feel like that's what happens when I go to a movie. So I'm like, I can't go to the bathroom. But also, if I'm not hydrated, I'm gonna have headaches because I can't have headaches. And you're like, well, it's just like that. If I don't eat the right things, my body falls apart. It's so fragile. These are the things I have to worry about too. Plus, I keep getting headaches, so I have to bring like ibuprofen to movies now. I don't know. I'm falling apart, man. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, yeah, if you've seen The Brutalist and you do recommend it, convince me. Or better yet, tell me to start timing it, and then at like Mr.Fruit, like 2 hours and 2 minutes, you have like 3 minutes. You're not gonna miss anything. Go to the bathroom. That'd be sick. Um, I'd
You aren't
appreciate you.
missing much.
Yeah. Otherwise, I know last bit, and Mr.Fruit pays too much attention to movie news. That Better Man film with the monkey dude. I don't even know his name. What is his name? You know what I'm talking about? It's like the
Oh, the Robbie
autobiography.
Williams thing or
Robbie
something like
Williams.
that?
Yeah. Where he did his like I guess autobiography, but as a monkey, and it's apparently
Yeah.
actually good. Is
Is it?
bombing
Well, I mean, it
in
did really
America.
good. It did really good in the UK, but yeah,
Yeah, but
I thought it was a
they
pretty
said they're gonna stop publishing numbers for
yeah.
sales because
I
it's
thought
like
I thought it was a good strategy because it's like I don't know who Robbie Williams is.
Yeah.
Okay, but monkey.
yeah.
But unfortunately, um, I don't think they underestimated how little people in the U.S. have no fucking clue who Robbie Williams is. I don't know who Robbie
I
Williams is.
still don't. I guess that's kind of why I want to go see the movie. Then I'm like, well, people know him, and if the movie's good, I guess I'll learn about him. But yeah, like people said Robbie Williams, and it's like,
Who?
is that supposed to elicit a react? Like I can't. Before this movie, I kid you not, I have not heard the name once. So
Me
yeah, I
either.
don't know if
I don't. I
they.
still don't know who he is or like what he does. Is he like in a band or what are we talking here?
I guess he's just a solo act because based on
Yeah.
the biography, but
They tried to, like, someone tried to make the comparison, like, oh, it's like America's blank, but for the UK. I can't remember who they compared it to either. I don't think it was Michael Jackson. That's way too far. And Michael Jackson was worldwide, but I don't know. So I guess they maybe it was Universal. Whoever published it in the US paid like 30 millions for the license, and I think in the first 2 weeks it made like 1.5 million. And so there's like, yeah, we're gonna stop letting you guys know how bad this is doing, and we're probably just gonna start pulling it and rip. So
I mean, that movie was like nightmare fuel for Sydney. Like it being a monkey, like like I bet she would have been like more
doesn't like
interested if it was
monkey
like a human. No, not at all. Like it's like one of like her biggest
heresy.
fears is like monkeys walking around like that and being like,
same.
hey, like
Probably not to that degree, but like I definitely if I bro monkeys scary chimps chimps will fuck you up, and so that's why I'm
Oh, they will.
terrified of the chimps of the monkeys.
Now see, I for one welcome our overlords. It's only a matter of time.
but no,
How could they really ruin the world more than we have? You know?
probably not. But like,
Yeah, give them enough time, probably.
yeah, I no interest in any of those. I did watch a movie. We did watch a movie yesterday off of your recommendation, but now Sydney has me questioning on how to say the title of this movie. And I only know how to say it, or the way I say it is because of Halo. The movie Heretic.
Oh
Did,
yeah, yeah. No, that's all right.
yeah, she was calling it like heretic. She
Yeah, no,
and I
that's I don't
and
think
I
that.
was like heretic. I was like, what is that? And she was like, I was like, how do I spell that? And she was like HERTI. And I was like, that's heretic. She's like, I think it's heretic. And I was so like, it was like this weird like you're like now I don't know how to say it. Am I the wrong way of saying it? That movie was actually really sick. I actually really liked that movie. Did you ever
And
give a score for that?
I think I did. I don't know if I talked about it. Uh,
Super dope
I
though.
don't
I really
remember.
liked it.
Yeah, I that was a surprising enjoyment. And then I do know you did start watching Severance.
Yeah, I am severed brained.
He's getting there. Just thinking about his. Oh, it's my internet. Oh, that's nice.
This is amazing.
Let's go. My
Yeah, super.
recommendation didn't miss.
Yeah, it did not miss. It's actually super dope. I really liked it.
But I understand one, well, like you said, I think you mentioned it's like, well, I just know it's severance in offices. So I was like, I don't know, maybe somebody gets fired and they get a severance package or something. And if you don't know, then yeah, it doesn't seem that interesting at first. And I think I might have mentioned it last week, but I think I remember watching the first episode because Claire mentioned something back when it first aired. I watched the first episode and I was like, then I just like went back to some of my other shows, picked it up, didn't go back to Severance for like a month or two. And then I was like, okay, like the whole show's out now. I guess I'll give like episode 2 a try. And it was like once episode, I think it was like episode 2 ended or something. Then it's like, oh. And then
You're
then
like,
I
this
was,
is dope.
yeah, then I was pilled. But it's the same thing. Like it's first episode 2, it's a slow start and you don't really know where you're going to the point that like it's not enough of an intrigue yet of like, oh, I don't know where we're going, but I like that. It's just like, I don't know what this is. But yeah, once it clicks at different parts for everybody. But and it gets going, and now it's airing. But silly me, I went to watch the pilot, thinking, hey, they're just gonna release all the episodes like they used to, like
Is that what they
streaming
did, like, for
platforms
season
used to
1?
do. Oh, I don't remember. But
Oh.
see, granted, I didn't finish that first, so I don't remember how many were actually out. But I'm harking back to like the old days, man. Like I get everybody's doing this whole now, like, hey, streaming platforms, but also we're just doing weekly releases like it's a TV show. Sure, whatever, fine. It's probably better for numbers or engagement. I don't know.
Probably.
But I'm a binger, dude. Like I watched the first episode. I think I'm not gonna watch any until they're all here. I don't enjoy it as much, and I can't get as into it as much. Because then like a
I
week
get
is
that.
just enough for my brain to just check out. To like be out of the world, forget what happened, and be really like, oh. So yeah, I'm probably gonna have to wait and then just avoid spoilers like the plague. Um,
That's the problem with me. My algorithm has seen that, oh, this guy really likes Severance. Let me just throw any kind of Severance kind of thing at his wake. And then I guess Severance comes out at like Thursday at midnight. So people who really want to watch Severance and talk about it, watch it then. And spoiler
those,
alert, I got spoiled, so it kind of sucked.
those bonus,
It wasn't like a huge, but just
but
kind of
still
one of those things where
unforgivable.
it's like, I wish I didn't know that,
Well, anyway, there's my yapping of TV and movies. Stop yapping.
Well, last week we talked about TikTok being banned, and literally, I think 3 hours after last week's episode,
They did
it
it
was
despite
literally
us.
unbanned.
They did it despite us specifically. And I know I wasn't here
Yeah.
last week to get spited, but I'm just saying they did it despite us specifically. They were like, "Damn, GGOV podcast is gonna cover the TikTok ban, guys.
By
We
the
gotta
time the
fix
video
this."
went live, yeah, people were like it's already back because the title was like TikTok's banned or whatever.
Yeah.
And
And I
in
was like, all right,
the
let me throw this up.
not even like the 12 hours from us recording to posting. It's back. Like okay, well, that's
Yeah,
showbiz,
thank
baby.
you, Emperor Trump, for
All
doing
hail.
everything you could for us.
Yeah, really
Really
appreciate it.
appreciate it.
Glad you're looking to reform that 2-term limit because, like, get that out of here, man.
I love how immediately one of the first things some random Republican I've never heard of was like, "Hey guys, so like we should totally amend this to get a third term." And I was like, I don't know. I was like, honestly, it took longer than I thought it would.
Yeah,
But guess
color me
what?
shocked.
His name hit the news for the first time. He's like, it worked.
He did. Hey, he did. Yeah, he did get in the news for it. I gotta respect that man. He got his moment.
All I'll say is, literally all politics aside, the American government system, presidential system, is built on a 2-term limit for specific reasons. And so when anybody has tried to amend that in history across the globe, people like look at anybody who came into power and then tried to change term limits to benefit themselves. That's a list you don't want to be on. There's not a single good name on that list. For a reason.
Well, Mr.Fruit, I think there's good people
Why don't
on
we
both
just keep it
sides
moving?
for when it comes to that. So, maybe keep your mind open.
You're
I
right.
thought this was the tolerant left.
Now you hold on a minute.
That being
Yeah.
said, yeah, it is pretty worrying, but I mean, unfortunately nothing I don't think anyone is not expecting. Dear God, I'm scared. Can't well, guys, if we do get to vote next presidential election, if there is one, you know what? Hopefully things go well.
All I know is no matter what, I feel like regardless of how this goes, man, if this is a preview of what politics are going to look like just moving forward, I think we talked about this too, sort of like the whole celebrity joke, but it's just like, man, it's just gotten more and more exaggerated, and also I think like more obvious. Like there was hints of it, or we had this and that here and there, and blah blah blah. But then it's just like, oh, okay, well, this is just the way it is.
But
And nobody, I think part of it too is like, even back in the day, you had some old heads or boomers or whatever, and like old white guys all just trying to be president. But I think the difference is they still like played by the rules, if that makes sense. Like there was like, like rules of engagement. Like there are just some things about like warfare, right? That like you just you know, like, you just don't go after the medics, right? I don't know if
Mhm.
that's explicitly it might be in the Geneva Convention, I don't know, but, like, they're just rule and, like, some sort of, like, agreement, mutual understanding, and the same went with, like, politics, even if you're on, like, these different but, like, there's, like, still, like, lines you don't cross
Yeah.
or, um, you know, just some decency here or there, whatever, you know, in the same way that, like, you know, I think we were talking about yesterday, you know, Rob, Josh Allen can lose to Patrick Mahomes and be, you know, like, GG's, man. Good game.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes loses to Josh Allen, and
Wah,
yeah,
wah.
suddenly it's rigged, man, this, that, yeah, you know, and it's just like, have some decorum, man. And now it's worrying that, like, we're at that point where we might not see that same thing before. And you could always rely on, like, okay, well, if this happens, well, at least they'll do this. But now it's just like nobody's playing by the rules. There's no,
Mhm.
I don't know, there's no like benchmark anymore. And like, that's just kind of the thing is like, you hear one thing and it's at this point, it's like, well, that's the least ridiculous thing I've heard this week. Tell me that 10 years ago, I'd have been like, what?
Yeah.
Now it's just like, well,
You see,
That's just the norm,
hey, call me selfish, but I think
sadly.
the worst part about this presidency is the fact that for the next 4 years, I'm probably gonna wake up every day to some crazy fuck shit. I was like, hey,
true.
he just changed the world by saying that you can put tapeworms in pork,
Yeah.
and I'd be like, well, honestly, yeah,
Well,
that sounds about
Now,
right.
I keep
now if I
seeing new
wanna be a
headlines. What's this Greenland stuff, man? Like,
if I
where did
wa
that even come from?
if we're looking at the glass half full, at least we get some decent memes again, like,
True. You know?
I hadn't seen a Biden meme in 4 years, other than him being stupid and,
You
that
haven't
kinda
seen
made me
Biden. You
laugh.
didn't see Dark Brandon memes. You didn't see the. There's
I haven't
tons
No,
of
seen
but,
those in a
like,
those.
while,
just
though.
just not like the memes, like, that I've already gotten with Trump in. Like, he was signing executive orders the other day, and they're like, "This one is to withdraw from the World Health Organization," and he's like, "Oh," like, all, like, excited. Like, I was just like, "Damn it, man, this guy," like
The
he's
difference is
"Ooh."
yeah, the difference is, like, Biden's presidency meme-wise was, like, I don't know, Reddit catching up on, like, old memes and then reposting. Whereas Trump presidency is like a Chinese streamer culture factory where it's just churning, you know? It's just, like, too
Mhm.
much,
We're
and,
gonna we're
there's
gonna
gonna be
have
plenty.
we're gonna have Aiden Ross gritting in the White House before the end of the presidency.
That's on my bingo card,
Yeah.
so I
God.
wouldn't be surprised.
Well, hey,
Trying
Anyway, that's fun.
anything happened to you guys this week or, like, anything, uh I don't know. Other than just gaming, I've been playing too much League of Legends and being in loser queue, which is like the worst thing ever.
I got a new phone, because my other one
Oh,
was breaking. I got
iPhone still?
yeah, the new iPhone, just because my other one was breaking anyway. Um, that was really nice, though.
Do you like
It was a
it
phone.
or is it like
Can't really tell the difference. I don't know. Like, just iPhone. Like, now it's the silence button, you hold it instead of, like, a flick. And then I guess there's, like, a shutter button now, like, if you wanna change to camera mode.
oh?
I've taken, like, 2 cameras in my entire life.
I was gonna say, like, as a big picture taker, you are.
And then really I'll have to look. One of the only things that's changed, and it terrified me. I was like, "What the fudge is this app on my thing?" There's this thing called Playground on my app.
Playground.
Yeah, so I was like, "What is this?" And it says, "Describe an image." So I realized, oh, okay, so it's like an AI art generator, great. So then I
Oh,
click
is
it.
that really what it is?
Yeah, so I click it. It's so funny. Uh, guess who it is?
oh my god,
Uh, I hate that. I hate everything about
that's
that.
one of the
Well,
most
you look
cursed
good,
things. It's one of the
dude.
most cursed things I've ever seen.
You look great,
Why?
man.
Why
But
is
see,
that?
here, look. I'll put you in. Uh, about I guess the winter holidays are going on. Okay. Oh, there's hoodie season. See, there's your hoodie season, Rob.
Okay, so wait, I
Closer.
need to know why is this little Pixar? It's so you. I'm so confused.
Like literally, it's here. Look, I'll start from the beginning. So it's literally just like describe an image or person, right? So then I click on this, and then I'll hide it because it's just my contacts.
Yeah.
But then it's just like choose a person, and it's from my photos. And then of course
Okay.
AI is like, well, you have these many. We think this one's Christian. We think this one's Claire. We think this one's your brother. And then there's like one of you, which I swear to God, I have like 2 photos of you. So like I just click your face, and then it shows me that. But then I can swipe to just generate more. But it's only going off of like one photo, whereas like the other people, business, Rob.
Yeah, just in corporate
Oh,
Rob.
look at that. You're in my yearbook.
That is so weird. Squid Games?
Yeah, the other ones, like other people, like here, I'll do myself.
I have just so many questions.
It's not very good at me. Let the fudge at. That is cursed.
That is
And the one
really
thing, it gives everyone gigantic smiles.
Yeah.
And huge teeth.
And huge tits.
I was gonna say you have like big old buck teeth, or just big old
At least
veneers.
maybe looks a little closer to me, but like, what is this, man? What are they doing, man?
No.
Like Rob's. I looked at Rob and I'm like,
Rob's
that's
are
uncanny,
honestly,
but like I could get Rob from that.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure. Yours is
This.
Yours is.
I don't know what. Okay. Also, what the fudge is it? It's not supposed to be big head mode, bro. What are they telling you? What's that about, man?
Unfortunately,
man.
Unfortunately,
that is so weird.
You have like all the profiles of like type 1 character, voice 1 character, like in a character creator, unfortunately to them. So they're gonna be like, yeah, this dude's a default character.
Yeah,
it's gonna be hard. Bizarre. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be real hard to put some defining features in this dude.
So that was spooky. I have a problem. Well, I don't know where they source the generation, of course. So
probably
not
artists.
a big fan of that.
Probably artists that never got paid, but hey, you know what it is.
I would like to think of it's AI. Well, plus looking at that, still a lot of problems with it. So I'm like, oh, maybe it hasn't been trained that well, and they only trained it on people they actually paid. Cope. But speaking of just white dude with generic features that looks like a lot, Datto's Bruce Banner cosplay has been going nuts,
bro.
And by cosplay, I mean he wore that purple short and a black tie.
Do you want to know the
6 million impressions
thing?
almost? He's killing it.
The tweet that I had, so he had posted it and I responded a minute later. So like I just happened to be scrolling like a minute like as he posted it. And I said, when are you gonna Hulk out? That has nearly 4,000 favorite or likes and almost 100,000 impressions. And it's like, I think that's the biggest tweet I think I've ever had. And it's the stupidest tweet that I've ever had.
Low hanging fruit.
Yeah. Here, I'll show for, again, only visual people. Yeah, he tweeted, white guy with glasses, and it's him with the purple shirt, little loose black tie. Yeah, it's almost 6 million views, 54,000 likes.
You know, the sad part is like when you and Datto are like, oh great, white guy with glasses joke. Like, yeah, I look just like them. But like the sad part is like Datto did that bit, but it's like, Datto, I'm sorry.
He does.
You do look really close. You do look really close, man.
I hate to tell you this.
He does.
You look
and my favorite
really
part too
close.
is like, bro, did you just take out the packaging? It's still creased. And then I think he says, no, it's like the 3rd time I wear it. I just don't iron my clothes. Like, all right, well.
Fair play.
That's so funny though.
Ah, poor dude.
So
and then my favorite thing is he replies, he's like, my girl cosplay photos never do this well.
Like his girl cosplay would never do that good.
It's like,
unless
listen,
it was
man,
super bait.
It's like, listen, man, none of your girl cosplays look that close to the character, but you just existing in a purple suit. This
looks exactly.
You look way too close, big guy.
Yeah. As somebody that's faced these kind of allegations before, you're not beating him, Datto. I'm sorry. For this one, I'm with him. I see it. But you know what? Shout out to that tweet that made it easy, Because I think that's the only reason he did it is he's like, I saw some random tweet that got like 1 million likes, which is like, doesn't this just like look like Datto? He's like, all right, well, I guess I'll order a purple shirt and
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what he
go
said.
ahead.
I guess I'll order a purple shirt.
And it worked out. So I love that for him.
Is there anything else we want to touch on before we try and take away some Q&A? This is happening Sunday morning, so I pray to God that the Chiefs lose today. I will say that.
If there is a God, he had me go 0-4 in who I wanted to win last weekend. So surely we're going to see a Bills Commanders Super Bowl. I'm calling it. So, AKA, put your money on the Chiefs and the Eagles while you can, which is still so weird, man. That's an aside. I think we've talked, but still so weird watching the sports channels and just it's inundated now everywhere with sports gambling. It's in
Yeah.
everything. And
Yeah.
even just random analysts, they have the spreads on
Yeah.
it's just like,
You would never see that 10 years ago. You know what I mean?
no.
Like, it's just,
And it's
well, I mean,
dangerous.
well, it's just crazy how much money it generates. You know what I mean? It obviously
That's the reason they
generates
do it.
an unbelievable amount of money.
And the thing too is like, biggest problem too is like it's generating money at the expense of others. Like they're making money because so many people are losing money.
Yeah. But that's the free choice you get in America is if you want to gamble, you can.
You can.
Just
I don't
don't.
know.
You know,
Just don't gamble.
just don't do it. Just
Duh.
Well, I have like friends that like they literally can't watch a sports game without like having some sort of like thing on it. Like I don't get. Like I can still enjoy a game without having money on it.
They
Uh
could never though.
Let's start a question here from Winter's Clouds. Basically says, what does Ruben think of Marvel Rivals? And also, what hero/villains would you like to see come to the game? Funny. I will say this. Ruben, when we first played, he's like, yeah, I could see myself like playing this for like a little bit, but then going back to Overwatch. I don't think I've seen Ruben stream Overwatch since this game has come out. Nor I think he has like 4 Smurf accounts already on Marvel Rivals. So I think Ruben really likes it, and I think it's really kind of cool and really funny. I wish I could go back and record where he was like, I think it's okay. I just will
Yeah.
probably, find myself going, yeah. But he really likes it. In terms of people that I'd like to see come to Marvel Rivals, Doctor Doom for sure. I mean, that's like
It's
obvious.
definitely happening. But I think I don't know when it'll drop, but I think it's in terms they're waiting to
like a movie tie-in or something like that.
He's gonna be the next Thanos, assumingly, with the Avengers. I don't know if they'll drop it with Fantastic Four movie because I think that's when he's supposed to get introduced. But maybe save that same way, like Thanos came to Fortnite right before Infinity War or whatever. He'll probably come out, I imagine, around the first. I don't. Doomsday is what it's called or something. I don't know the first or second, but yeah, something like that.
Hero, I think Gambit would be really cool, but I want Channing Tatum Gambit. I don't want so
I'm
that
gonna
probably won't happen.
buy you.
Deadpool, obviously. Professor Xavier would be really cool. I just don't know how that would work or what they would do with him. Just you see a wheelchair going around or something.
Yeah, do you think they'd actually have him in his wheelchair?
For sure. Representation is important. So, maybe. This episode of the GG Over Easy podcast is brought to you by BetterHelp. Everybody wants their 2025 story to be the best story they've ever written. There's 365 blank pages waiting to be filled. Life isn't always about resolutions that fade by February. It's about picking up the pen and becoming the author of your own life. Think of therapy as your editorial partner, helping you write new chapters and creating meaningful stories of where you deserve to be in life. My time with BetterHelp, they were nothing but professional. They listened to me. My therapist was attentive and was always there on time and made me feel very listened and heard. BetterHelp is fully online, making therapy affordable, convenient, and serving over 5 million people worldwide. Access a diverse network of more than 30,000 credentialed therapists with a wide range of specialties. Easily switch therapists at no extra cost. Write your story with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/GG today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/GG. What about you guys?
Trying to think.
Also,
I mean, definitely Deadpool's obvious.
Ah.
See, I have to because immediately
I
I'm
almost
like,
said Green
Batman.
Lantern, but Green
Yeah,
Lantern.
I'm thinking of
Yeah.
DC people. I'm like, well, what about the joke? I'm like, no, this is DC. This is DC. Uda.
they have a lot of heavy hitters already, so it's like
I could see what just comes to mind. I don't know if I'm like fiending for it, but like War Machine, like a more maybe less mobile, but more like a in between. Because when I think War Machine, I just kind of think of Punisher ult. But something in between.
Jury. I have that like
so shit kills the entire team.
Yeah, something in between Punisher and Iron Man would be War Machine. And I mean, yeah, like if we go X-Men, I mean, plenty, bajillion X-Men.
Beast would be
I know.
cool.
I would like to see Gambit for sure. I think that's probably one of my big ones. Ghost Rider would be sick. I don't think we're gonna get Ghost Rider for a while though, because we are getting Human Torch, who is the flamey boy already. I would love to see Cyclops. I think Cyclops would probably be the one I want to see the most. Geez, there's so many fucking good ones, dude. We are getting Ultron, and I'm really excited about Ultron. So, obviously, as far as like villains go, I'm super excited to play Doctor Doom because like that's the fucking man.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Green Goblin would be sick.
True. A lot of the Spider-Man, like Doctor
Ock would be sick. Mysterio would be sick.
Mysterio, like Loki already tilted me with his 3 clones. If Mysterio had a whole bunch of like clone or illusions, I'd lose my mind.
Oh, dude, Juggernaut would be a sick ass fucking villain tank.
That would be pretty cool.
That would be sick. They should. Well, I feel like it'd be a coding nightmare, but his ult should let him like break through walls you normally couldn't break through. But I feel like that would just fundamentally break the game.
Probably.
Well, because like suddenly it's just like, oh, this has 2 chokeholds? No, now it has 3.
Ooh.
Or yeah, like, oh, this I can't get out of this map. Well, I hope you coded it correctly. You know,
I just thought about a Blade. Oh, Blade would be sick.
Blade would be pretty cool.
I've never seen.
It's funny though. Like I never think of like
he...
supports though. Like they'd be deep. They'd all be like DPS. Like I don't know.
I mean, I think there's definitely a case for a lot of these being like strategists. I could definitely see Mysterio.
I know Ultron's supposed to be.
Mysterio could be like a strategist.
Mysterio, for sure.
Green Goblin. Green Goblin would be a DPS.
Green Goblin would be really cool.
Or just be very against theme. Like I could see you easily being like, hey, this orange pumpkin bomb is damage. This green pumpkin bomb is healing. But like, why would Green Goblin ever be caught helping people?
Yeah, why would Green Goblin ever be caught healing someone?
Yeah.
Which so like, it's not exact. Like, you can take some. It doesn't have to be 1-to-1. Yeah, but like when I think Green Goblin, I'm not like, oh, this dude's gonna be out here healing his friend.
As far as like strategists though, like there's tons of X-Men who could easily be like strategists. Tons of X-Men, like Rouge, or Rogue, my bad. Like Kitty Pryde.
I do want to see Thanos. I want to see what they do with him.
That would be sick. Thanos as a tank would be sick.
I'm looking up Marvel Rival. I feel like we're not going to see Galactus for a while if we ever do, because I feel like that'll be something they'll tie in with the MCU.
Ooh, Beast would be a sick tank.
Red Skull, that could be interesting. Or Kingpin.
Ooh, Kingpin would be sick.
Just big melee brawler dude, I assume. Just a unit that throws you around.
Ooh, Rhino. That'd be sick. Sick Spider-Man villain would be a sick tank.
That would be pretty cool.
Ooh, you could do Mystique. She could kind of play like the spy.
Ooh, that'd be sick.
Ooh.
Who else? I don't know how you do.
Silver
Bomberman.
Surfer? Silver Surfer would be kind of cool.
If we're
I
doing
just don't know how it works.
if we're doing stupid picks too, like Jeff, because I love Jeff, like Howard the Duck would be a sick strategist.
That would be cool. Howard the Duck
That would be
kind of
really funny.
That would be a funny meme.
Carnage. Be cool.
Yeah, Carnage would be a cool tank.
You know what? I feel like a villain they could do as a strategist would be like MODOK. I feel like they would have something about his weird little thing he's worn and all.
I
his
want them
little
to make him
things
so.
somehow.
So is it a headshot every time you shoot him?
I want them to make him so fucking ugly. I want him to be the ugliest MODOK we've ever seen. God damn it.
Kind of like that MODOK that was in Ant-Man Quantumania. It was kind of cursed, but I was like,
Still one of like the worst scenes ever when she's like, "Don't be a dick." And
It's
like,
never too late to stop being a dick. And I was like, damn, this is how far the writing's fallen.
what do you mean, dude? That's when I was pogging. When I knew we were so bad.
Question here from Johnny Appleseed. Says, if you had to own and operate a restaurant that was a part of the national franchises like McDonald's or Chipotle, what would it be? And do you think you'd be a good manager?
No.
No.
And I would not own a restaurant because fuck that.
Do not think I would be a good one.
I think I'd be good. I think I'd be nice. And like turn profit. Because that's the most important part.
Oh, well, suddenly, yeah, sounds like you'd be good.
If I could choose a franchise, I'm just trying to think of something that makes a lot of money and like people really
Chick-fil-A.
like. Yeah, but I heard you have to work at a Chick-fil-A for a certain amount of years before you can.
Okay, but
open
yeah, I mean, this just kind of sounds like a,
sure.
you know,
Maybe I guess Wingstop. Maybe I don't know.
As far as like the most profitable ones, I think the most profitable ones are actually like the not like the luxury brands, but like, you know, like the Longhorn Steakhouse, Saltgrass, like Ruth Chris, those the fine dining
you know,
restaurants.
like a Fogo de Chao or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. I think those are historically and like even today the most profitable to like as far as money wise because people are willing to spend so much money they're willing to spend like $100 for what is basically like a $20 steak because of the ambiance and the you're going out to dine as a social experience. So like if I wanted to turn a profit, it would probably be one of those like semi-casual fine dining restaurants. But I wouldn't do it. I don't want to be a manager at any restaurant because god damn is it people already suck. So having to deal with people, like as a manager, you have to deal with people. Like you are the resolution.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to be that.
I would agree. MC534 says, do any of you guys believe in ghosts?
Yeah.
I do not.
I don't believe in ghosts in like the general sense.
And that's like what, like they hang around and spook you.
Yeah, I don't believe in like that, but I do believe in like the concept of magic just being like undiscovered science or like unexplained science. So I feel like there's like gotta be an example. I feel like there's gotta be like some reason why like ghosts are around and like there's probably like some fourth dimension shit going on as to why like ghosts or ghostly things happen. So in that way, I believe that ghosts exist and also like the energy of things like probably persist or some shit. I personally think that like ghosts aren't like sentient dickheads that are just like, ooh, I'm spooky, I'm gonna spook you. But like potentially like it's like a snapshot of like someone going through their day. You know what I mean? And like or like when they were alive or something, or even like in an alternate dimension, someone's just going through their fucking day. And they have no idea that like we're there, and we have no idea that wait, they have no idea that we're there, and we have no idea that they're there. But then suddenly the fucking timelines cross real quick, and it's like, oh, a ghost.
Spooky. But what if if that's the case, what if they think we're the ghost too?
Exactly.
Yeah, so like what if we're already dead and we're the ghost?
Well, I mean, we are, but
Dun dun.
I like
dun
the
dun
thinking.
dun. But yeah, no, that's how I see ghosts.
That'd be cool.
Even like energy wise, like even like it could just be a snapshot of someone who used to live in the place that like you're living or something, or like maybe back in the maybe that's like a snapshot of like what they were doing back in the day. They have no idea that they're long gone. Oh shit, that could go for us too, like Mr. Fruit said. Maybe like we're just
Yeah.
maybe I'm spooking someone in the future right now with the snapshot that
My fault.
that's happening right now, and they're probably like, bro, someone. Oh, we're gonna have so many ghost stories. Like, there's this dude doing like this weird like right wing bro podcast. He's like talking about how like women should be trad wives. Like, I don't. My ghost, you guys got cool ghosts. My ghost is just kind of a dick.
You guys picking up on those two? It's like, no.
No. So do you
Yeah,
believe in
I'm more
Ghostbusters?
so I'm more so with Rob. But I'd like to entertain Blue's idea.
Yeah, Blue's idea is interesting
Yeah, Blue's idea is more fun.
for sure.
I'm fun.
I'm quirky.
I always just think there's like a reasonable explanation for like every like ghost like encounter that people like have, quote unquote. Caraxi says, "What is the most impressive thing the human race could present to alien species?"
A Beyblade.
Dude, that's sick. Let me rip it. Let's rip. Um,
Oh God. Um. See, like normally I'd say like airplanes, but like aliens, I'm assuming have like
yeah.
it's like yeah, dude, like you just have that like
I'm trying to think of like what sets us apart from other species. But the problem would be like our sentience or like our self-awareness, but aliens probably have that. So I don't know if they would find that impressive. And then again, too, yeah, like maybe our space work, but well, if we're talking to aliens, that means they probably got in here, which
yeah,
means they've come from somewhere
exactly.
God only knows, which means they have way more impressive technology.
Uh,
I'd like to go out and go out on a limb and say music. Maybe that's something inherently like aliens don't even really understand either. But we just have a thing for beat.
I could see that because, like, I think there's a shockingly like minuscule number of animals that can even perceive the concept of music. Like, we're in the animal kingdom, we're like an anomaly when it comes to music. So I feel like that would be pretty interesting. I feel like that alone would be a cool concept to show to aliens. And the aliens would be like, what is this? This is
Oh, what is this garbage?
it reminds me
Yeah,
of
hold on, man.
it reminds
Hear
me
me out.
of what was this it was this show, not the show, it was this movie um with Keanu Reeves as an alien.
No, don't.
Uh God, what was it called? Hold on, Keanu Reeves alien. The Day the Earth Stood Still. And the day the Earth stood still, this movie fucking sucks, by the way. But there was a scene where like, because she's basically like harboring him to like, she's trying to get him back to his ship.
mhm.
And he meets her father, who is like listening to like like Beethoven and shit, and he's like, what is this sound? And he's like, oh, it's Beethoven. He's like, oh, it's beautiful. And that's how, I mean, maybe that's what happens with aliens when we show them some fucking classical music. So I could see that.
Yeah, no, this slaps.
This is sick.
Or it penetrates something, we find their weakness. Suddenly it's a frequency, then we weaponize it. Boom. Food for
Never
thought.
thought about it that way.
Mr. Fruit.
It's very
Classic-
American of me. Apologies.
Classic Mr. Fruit imperialism. I like it.
No.
Pop Kurt says, "Have you ever kept yourself to a New Year's resolution?"
Yeah.
Kind of in the New Year's part now. And we talked about it a little bit. Not really, no.
I have definitely kept a couple of New Year's resolutions before. I think
of just ones I've really made myself.
the biggest one was when I was like, I'm gonna work out this year, and then I did, and then I dropped the ball on that when I moved. But I'm gonna get back to it.
Back to a.
Backshot that thing.
Pods.
I can't think of specific ones. I don't make many, but I feel like I do a decent job, but can't think of a specific one. I can't even think of one, really. Yes, I guess.
Yes. Says, Rob, when are you doing a CS2 case opening? Not for a very long time, brother. Brother broke. Let me tell you. So not planning that anytime soon. I'll be real with you. Gray says, do you guys ever rewatch any older videos?
Of anybody or like are you talking about our own?
I would assume they're saying like our own videos.
Not really, but I don't really watch any of mine. Because I've edited them, so I've seen them. Or I record them, so I live them.
That's kind of how I feel.
It's also not exclusive to my content. I don't really rewatch any content, so I'm also just sort of probably the worst person to ask.
If I had, well, it's funny. I actually did go back and rewatch a video, which was the Fruit Master video. But other than that, very rarely do I go back and like, oh, let me like watch this video that like I know I'm in. I don't know. I just don't do that very often.
Yeah. I'll go back and watch videos without me in it. But like if it has me in it, I will not watch it. I hate hearing myself.
Okay. Stormfire says, let me take y'all back. Robbie, you were just kicked out of BSK, and Fruit and Blue want you to audition to rejoin Mr. Fruit's Fruit Salad. You do a no land beyond only Rumble. Rob, you get some of all tiers and a 13 kill streak. Are there moments like that you all have in gaming where you are just unstoppable? Any that you remember?
I mean, yeah, several times.
I don't even remember that.
I feel like I feel like the entire point of games is to, like, give you those moments randomly.
What you live for?
Yeah, I can't even remember. I mean, yeah, it happens.
Yeah, sometimes I get in my flow state, get in my bag. I will say it happens a lot less thanks to skill-based matchmaking. I was gonna say, like, you go back and, like, there's that time I was reviewing the Jalo Supercell in Destiny and accidentally got like, we ran out of medals at the time, whatever. I'm like, huh? Sometimes just pop off, but then I think it was like, back when skill-based matchmaking wasn't what it was. And now you see that less because, well, that's the idea. So it definitely happens less now. But yeah, every now and then, it's like, man, I'm on it right now. Yeah, and there's specific memories. I can't just recall, but sometimes something's happened. I'm like, oh, I remember, or oh, this reminds me of. Or Rob, I think you were telling me about the first time you just recently predicted a flash in League.
Oh
Those are the
yeah.
moments. Those are moments that are like, pog.
Yeah. It's like, okay, you think I'm gonna queue where you are now, but I know you're just gonna see me throw down a queue and flash. So I'm gonna put the queue right where you're gonna flash into it. It was sick. Um Johnny Appleseed says, through a truly baffling amount of misunderstandings, you have been drafted to a premier esport team, not an NA, and have signed a multi-million-dollar contract, and everything thinks you're the golden child of that esport. You have a couple $1,000,000 at your disposal and a few months before the season starts. Assuming your career/personal life will be devastated if you found out to be a fraud, how would you keep going to keep up appearances? Okay, so they think I'm faker, but I'm still actually a silver 4 noob. Okay.
Good on you. I don't know how you did it, but well played.
I keep
That'd be my
breaking
first
my
one.
wrist. I just something always happens to where it's like, dude, his wrist is broken again. Like I can't wait to watch the last hope of NA, but something
Just keeps
why did
breaking his wrist.
yeah, his wrist just keeps breaking. Like what is happening? That's what I do.
I would pay someone in Riot to rig my computer on LAN with the best non-detectable scripting possible. And then I would just practice to make it look genuine. That would be the hardest part. Just trying to get good at making it look reasonable. And then ride that sucker out until I get caught. And then, post an apology, put up a little crypto, rug pull. I'm out. You'll never see me again.
All right, Blue. What are
I
you
would
doing?
honestly do the exact same thing. I'm not clever enough to come up with like some great master plan.
So take advantage of the time you have while you're there.
So I would
Type
try
shit.
to, I would take advantage of it by being like, guys, I'm professional. I'm a professional esports player. Here's footage of me being the fucking best, and like have someone play on my account, and then be like, anyways, here's my meme coin, guys. Invest now, buy the dip.
You're talking. That's right. Just sound business strategy.
Space says, what is one superpower you've always wanted and would become a hero with your powers, or would you use them to make your everyday life easier? Mine's always teleportation, and it always will be. There's nothing I think that is more convenient and way cool. Like, sure, you could be a hero around it, I guess. Like, if you learn how to use it, like, I don't know, some sort of way where it's like, oh, I teleported just 2 feet in front of me, and my speed makes the punch harder. But in reality, it'd be like, you need anything at the grocery store, like, and then I'd be able to do it really quick. Or it's like, you want to go to Japan, just whoop, like, you know what I mean?
Swoop.
Yeah, that's kind of the dream.
I
I
always
think of one I wouldn't normally say.
teleportation is just too fucking OD. You know what I mean? Like it just fixes so many problems.
Hmm.
Or like the ability to like
I'll
just
just
randomly swap places with someone, fucking Sasuke Uchiha style. That'd be sick.
say the ability to control dimensions. Because if I can control the uh fifth dimension, I can time travel. And if I can and then if there's other dimensions, well, I guess I'm gonna find out. There's the fourth dimension time, whichever one's time. But then also, you know, I can leave 3D space into another one. If I can control the dimensions, manipulate 2D, 1D, but mainly hit the time dimension. But see, rather than saying be a time traveler, if I say the dimension, suddenly I get access to some other stuff too. And then, just by that fact as well, not only because I could, see into the future and the past, make a whole bunch of scientific leaps and discoveries for mankind. But you guys don't know about the 12th dimension? Bro,
you
dude,
need this.
you're not going to believe this. Anyway, oh my God.
I was watching Interstellar because it's on Netflix, and I saw it for probably like probably my third time seeing it. Because I knew like the second time I was like, this is one of the best movies ever. So like, Sydney hadn't remembered it, so I was like, we watched it again. I was like, God, this movie's awesome.
And it is.
Next question here, from One Lax says, for Fruit and Rob, what champion league is the most annoying to deal with? And then for Blue, what animal would be adorable if it was significantly smaller? And what animal would be terrifying if it was significantly larger? If I had to choose a champ that I think, obviously Alawi. I'll give you my top 3. And this is like assuming someone knows how to like play the champ really well. Number 1, Alawi. Number 2, I ran into a really annoying Fiora last night, and I really hate Fiora a lot. Fiora is stupid. And then if it's a good Teemo, probably Teemo. I hate Teemo if it's a good Teemo. But they have to like be super aggressive and all other kinds of shit.
I'm looking up all the champs.
Well, and like yours is weird too because you're a jungler, so you're not necessarily like.
Yeah, it says a whole.
Yeah.
Not like match. Well, there are some matchups, and it depends on who I'm playing. Like, I pick Master Yi, and then the boner counter picks like Rammus. Get a life, man.
Okay, see, why is that a counter pick with Master Yi?
I don't get to play the game. Rammus, his whole kit is based off him wanting people to auto attack him. He has like built-in thorn mail. He taunts. He gains resistances and then deals damage back to you. So Master Yi, you run up and you want to go attack somebody. He just click taunts on you. Suddenly you go like you just go crazy on Rammus and kill yourself.
I see.
So against any super heavy auto attack based champion, Rammus just walks up, taunts you, and then you essentially you can't get out of it once you're taunted.
You lose,
and
good
then,
sir.
Yeah. So like one of those, like that's just a hard counter. A good Shaco is so annoying. And even as a jungler,
everywhere.
even as a jungler, there's some top like Alawi, where it's like if they've hit a certain point, I'm like I can't gank because like we're just gonna give them 2 kills.
Or like Mordekaiser, like because
Yeah,
like they could just hold like.
When again, it depends on game state too, because there are some champs that they get a little lead, or like top lets Nasus farm stacks a little too much, and at 20 he's 2-shot me, where it's like I ain't touching that thing with a 10-foot pole. Heimer's kind of up there too. Especially as a jungler, where it's like if he just has turrets everywhere and stuff, I'm like, bro, I can't.
Yeah, I hate Heimer a lot. That's a good one.
And then like one more. I don't know. There's a lot of things that if get ahead, it's not as interactive. But I guess one would be like freaking a good Nidalee. I've seen very few. You'll find insane Nidalees like Diamond Plus. But there was one game when I was up in Emerald, I think I got matched or something. Somehow I had a diamond Nidalee in my game. I didn't play the game. I got ran over. Especially because like counter jungling, like your jungle is their jungle, and they just out mapped me, and it was just like, that
was fun.
Yeah, like Jungle Canyon, that's my fault. I don't even know what the fudge. Go next.
And then Blue, what animal would be significantly cuter if it was smaller?
Okay, good. I gotta go to the bathroom. Okay. Oh, my music just turned on when I clicked my headset. Okay, this is easy for me. Animal that'd be super cute or smaller, hippo. Hippos would be
True.
the best. Source Mudang.
I was gonna say we know what that would look like.
Animals that would be terrifying. Terrifying if they were large, high key rats. I think for a lot
There's
of
a lot
people,
of animals.
I think for a lot of people, they already are like, ew, rats. But I think rats are cute. But if they're huge, rats would eat us.
I mean, big rats, big spiders. That's my least favorite thing about fantasy genre.
I'm already
Always
terrified of
have to have
spiders.
giant
Things are
So
spiders.
giant.
Yeah, just like giant spiders. I'm like, why do we always need the giant spiders, man?
I'm already terrified of spiders. So
Not necessarily, like, I know a lot about them, and I know most of them are harmless, but a lot of them still scare me.
Slippy Fist says, if you guys were the human centipede, who would be in which position? Would Fruit be the front man to make sure y'all got the right nutrients? Oh my god.
I think
Just throw me in. Just
I-
throw me in the end. I'll just eat poop.
I don't want to be
Like,
the end. I do not want to be the end. I would
I'll
rather just have someone eternally eating my ass.
Yeah, okay, dibs on the front.
yeah, I'll just be in the back eating double poop. That's just I'll take one for the team.
I mean, honestly, the way I see it is like if I wasn't the front and had to at any point receive poop, I would probably choke. I would get it, throw up, and then die in my vomit because I'd probably just sit there and then yeah, that's it. So
Well, that seems like a good point to stop for the GG Over Easy podcast.
Yeah.
Thank you guys all
Right.
for listening and hanging out today. We really appreciate it. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe, leave a comment on your favorite platforms. We will be back next week for some more yapping. Until then, see ya.
deuces.